Let's take a look at how easy it is to take the output of ABBYY Timeline process mining and use that to speed up development in Viabl.ai. Let's start in ABBYY Timeline. You can see here the output of a credit card customer onboarding process that has been generated using process mining. We can take a look through the schema and see that there are a range of different tasks, some of which have single outcomes where they move straight on to other tasks, and others have multiple outcomes where there must be some decisioning behind the task that results in going down different paths. We can use this to build a knowledge base in Viabl.ai. To do so, simply click the Export BPMN button, which generates a download. When you open the download, you get a large XML file. You can copy the text and take it over to Viabl. Looking in the Build Tools section, we can see there's a tool here to import from ABBYY Timeline. Simply double-click on this, give your new decision tree a name. We'll go with credit card onboarding. Select a category. We'll pick knowledge. And select whether or not to put in placeholders for missing splits. As I mentioned before, in ABBYY Timeline, some tasks have one outcome, while some have multiple outcomes. By ticking this box in Viabl, we can force every task to have multiple outcomes. This means any task in ABBYY which only has one outcome will have an additional not specified outcome added to indicate that there is likely some further exception logic needed here. We'll turn it on for this import. We then paste in all the text from our download and hit Finish. This then takes a few seconds to generate a decision tree in Viabl. Now we can see what has been produced. It's a full end-to-end definition of the process, providing a framework to build an executable automation. We can also see these not specified paths that have been generated for single outcome tasks, allowing the SME to easily add further logic if needed down this path. Alternatively, the extra outcome could be removed if this particular task could only ever be followed by this next task. The next step is to go into these knowledge objects and fill out the business logic. SMEs or knowledge authors working with SMEs can build out all the logic needed to execute the process. It is also possible to connect to other systems via API or RPA in order to gather data or perform actions. It's worth noting that a bit of refactoring should be done here. It won't be very time consuming, but by changing the names of these tasks to be more action-based and these outcomes to be more status-based, will make this diagram more readable for future maintenance. So that's a simple introduction to how to use ABBYY Timeline to import processes into Viabl.ai. If you'd like to know more, please reach out to sales@expertrule.com.